Our comfort zones are called comfort zones for a reason. This is the place in your life where you feel like you've done this before. You're good at what you're doing. You have the ability to navigate. Often it's second nature. This is where you are comfortable. Now, there are all these statements that say life begins outside your comfort zone or growth happens outside your comfort zone. And yes, this is true. And how do we navigate well outside our comfort zone? How do we use what we've got, which is this brain that doesn't quite want us out there, and the uncomfortableness of being outside our comfort zone? How do we use all this? How do we build a toolkit so that we're not just trying to push ourselves out there, that we can actually thrive? So if you want to know how to thrive outside your comfort zone, stay tuned, stay with me, and we will take a look. Hello, if you haven't met me, my name is Carrie Richard. I'm a mindset coach and I help high achievers have the impact they truly desire and enjoy the ride along the way. So today we are going to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is our comfort zone. So I'm going to get real high tech here. And as I said, our comfort zone is that area where we are comfortable, meaning we know we usually have the skill to navigate through it, or it's something that we've done lots of times before. Brushing our teeth, we're definitely in our comfort zone. Often I don't give it a second thought. This is second nature. If you've been at a job for a long time, or if you are an entrepreneur and you've been doing this thing for a long time, often much of it is in your comfort zone. It's also these things that we love to do that we don't really, it's like we don't really have fear. One of my most favorite things to do is snowboard. I don't really think about it before I go. Now, if I was at the edge of a cliff and had to go down, I might now be outside my comfort zone. But a comfort zone is, we talk about it, or there's sayings on mugs and things like that comfort zone is bad. It's not bad. It just is. So here we are. Here I am. Here's my comfort zone. And then new things, whether you're learning a new skill, a new hobby, a new person in your life, a new type of relationship, all these things that are different, that we're not masters of. This is all outside our comfort zone. And yes, this is where we grow. So this lovely line around our comfort zone often can be called resistance. And really, we have resistance because we have these brains that are not quite evolved for modern times. And it essentially is trying to protect you and utilize the patterns that you already have. So know that this resistance, there's nothing wrong with you if you have resistance. It's not bad. Again, it's something to work with. So we work with this as we step out into something new. And when we step out into something new, our brains are wired. We are wired to predict. I'm sorry to say that, but that's how our brains work. We want to be able to predict what's happening. Do you do something new and really want to know how it's going to turn out before you do it? If you can relate to that, your brain is working as designed. I'm not saying it's designed well for thriving outside your comfort zone, but just know that that's normal. And so instead of saying, why am I resisting? Why is this so hard? Can you give yourself a break and say, here's some resistance. Of course it is. This is something new. This is something different. And there are all types of tools. If you're embarking on something new, it's like, okay, why am I doing this? This kind of grounds us when the reason is really important, when we have fear and uncertainty and all these things, resistance as we're moving into the unknown, we can ground back in why we're doing it. And this can help kind of reset, kind of get some ground under our feet, or we feel like we're getting ground under our feet, and then we begin again. So these things are all great. There's a lot of different tools: staying focused, dedicating time, being committed to this thing, being consistent in the discomfort. This creates momentum. My encouragement: have a community that supports you. This could be one person, this could be a group of people. Going outside our comfort zone is not easy. If it was, everybody would just be thriving out there on the edge all the time. I work with a lot of high achievers. They're very good at what they do. And sometimes they use pressure to stay out there, or they push to stay out there, which can work for short amounts of time and can often result in burnout. So, as I talk about today, thriving outside your comfort zone, there are ways to be out in the discomfort, to be doing new things, and to take very good care of yourself in the process. One of the things to do is to understand why it's so uncomfortable out there. We've spoken a little bit about that today. Our brains are wired to keep us safe. And when it doesn't have a lot of information or a built-in pattern or experience of this thing that you're doing, it will attempt to pull you back to what you already know. So just being aware of that is one thing. The other thing, or another thing, is to understand your nature. So I'd like to say, well, I don't like to say, we are all wired based on our experience, but also our nature. Some people are extroverts, some people are introverts, some people are multitaskers or multi-passionate, some people are very do one thing at a time. Part of what I do with clients as we learn to thrive outside our comfort zones is really come back into who we are and how we see the world, how we perceive new things, how we relate to people. And so we use some different measurements to really get to know what our nature is. Some of it's based on human design. We also do some other things, but this is really when we can understand exactly where we are and who we are, whether we're right here or we're way out here. This is one of the best ways to take good care of ourselves when we're out here. So I kind of liken it to say this is a nice warm home, our comfort zone, and this is outside. And we're in Wisconsin in the winter. It's very cold there in the winter, extremely cold. So if we just take ourselves that are in this nice warm home that's, 68, 70 degrees, whatever, if I were to take myself as I am right now and just walk out here, I'm not going to do very well. There's hypothermia, frostbite, probably get pretty sick. It's going to be really uncomfortable and I won't last very long. And so when we push ourselves out here, like I should be able to stay out here and what's wrong with me, that's essentially what we're doing. We're not preparing ourselves for the environment. And thriving outside your comfort zone, the more you can understand what's going on in your brain, what your nature is, and then how to resource yourself to grow and enjoy the ride when you're out here. This is what the difference between striving and thriving outside your comfort zone is. So we also talk about resources. So in this case, it's warm clothes, a hat, maybe some hand warmers, right? A scarf, whatever that is. With respect to our comfort zone, it's really understanding, again, in our nature, what are the resources that bring us back into balance? We talk about polyvagal theory and, really coming into our zone of tolerance, which is where we make sound decisions, which is where we really can hear and learn and integrate. And so we do a lot of work based on who you are, where you're going, what are the best resources for when you're out on the edge, when it is uncomfortable, to stay out there and have the right equipment to do so, to make the next conscious choice, to make the next conscious action, to actually enjoy the ride out there. So I want to leave you with one tool today that can help you to thrive outside your comfort zone. So like I said, I talked a little bit about resources. So when agitated or scared or doing something new, what are the things that calm you down? It could be that you step away, go for a walk. It could be that you go eat a bowl of ice cream. It could be that you go turn on the TV. It could be that you call a mentor or community or a friend. It could be that you sit for 5 minutes and pet your dog. It could be that you go meditate. It could be that you go drink 8 ounces of water. It could be that you go do 15 push-ups. It could be all sorts of things. So my encouragement to you is to write down, take a look over the next week of when you're uncomfortable, what you do to bring yourself comfort. Non-judgmentally, please take an inventory, write down the things that you do to kind of come back into balance, and then look at which of those are useful, more useful, and which of them may be not so useful. I'll give you an example. I think I already said it, but when I'm really uncomfortable or doing something that seems very risky because it's new or because I'm growing or it's, out of my comfort zone, I used to find myself in front of the refrigerator with the door open, trying to get some comfort by eat something. I love ice cream, so If I'm upset, a bowl of ice cream is super cool. Well, if I do that every day or every time I'm uncomfortable, it's not the most useful resource for me. And so it's really taking a look at what are the things you do to bring yourself into balance, and are they sustainable? Again, once in a while, is a bowl of ice cream going to be my resource? Yeah, once in a while. Not every day, not even every week. So begin by looking at what your winter coat looks like, what your mittens look like, what these things are. And if you want some ideas about healthy resources, then reach out to me. I'd love to share that with you. I'd love to help you build a really good resource list. And if you want to go further, I have a program called Thriving Outside Your Comfort Zone. And what we do is build with you, you will build a personalized toolbox, a personalized backpack full of all of the things that are important to you, useful to you to thrive outside your comfort zone, to master the things you're after, to have the impact you truly desire, and to enjoy the ride along the way. I hope you got something today that helps you to thrive outside your comfort zone. If you have questions or you want to build a resource list or move forward in any way so that you can enjoy growth, impact, the next thing that is here for you, your dreams, they're out here too. Please reach out to me. And again, thank you so much for your time and attention. I'll see you next time.